Shalom, shalom family. Happy Shabbat. Doing a quick video, I'm going to show you some of the books I use and how I go over my precepts. We got a Gideon Bible. We got a 1611 with the Apocrypha. New KJV, new King James Version. We got another Gideon. We got another NKJV. Different translation in there. Different translations in there. We got an NIV. We got a KJV right here. And we got a New Testament. And we got Apocrypha. So typically what I do is, let's say I'm having trouble understand the context, or I want to verify that I understand the context of something, right? Well, let's say I go to the book of Isaiah, right? And I'll see, I don't know. Let's say I see the good news of salvation. So I would read that scripture. Say up there says the good news of salvation. Now every Bible doesn't have these outline texts where it kind of give you a subjective of what the scripture is going to be going into. But I like Bibles like that to help make sure I'm on the right track mentally. And you know what I mean? I debate sometimes. So I have to make sure I know what I'm talking about through the Spirit. So I would read that chapter and make sure, everything lines up with the title. Because, Esau is the devil and they do lie and they twist things up. So that's why that comes into play, why I have to do that. And this Bible holds that information, the titles. Like this, see how that says the death of Solomon. So I know that's reading going to the death of Solomon. I mean, it just helps you, right? That's why I use that for. The Gideon, I don't know why I love this Bible, these Gideon Bibles. The Gideons was Israelites, right? That's a lesson. Whether they was Israelites or not, I wouldn't care. I would still use the Bible. I use what Bibles I can understand, not what people tell me to. I don't do that nonsense. This Bible is good for this is good for my studying Bible, because the words are just like at a right italicized a letter, if that makes sense, where I can see them. Some words be so small, like in this book. You know what I mean? This is a good studying book, but the words are just like smaller. I don't know if you guys can really see them over here. Like they're so much smaller, and they're not as dark as these. You know what I mean? So that's why I enjoy studying with this Bible. Both of these Bibles, for that matter. The 1611. I like the 1611 because it gives you a lot of precepts on the side of the scriptures that you can validate with other scriptures. It also teaches me Hebrew in the midst of reading the 1611, because you'll see words like no, and that could be referring to Noah, or it's saying it in a different translation. Things like that. Just getting you familiarized with different vocabulary and things of that nature, making exercising your brain. It kind of taught me how to understand the numbering of the chapters. I'm still working on it, but it helped teach him. It helped teach me that. Salakia. That's pretty much it with the 1611 family. And also, you got little sections down here where you can write little comments or anything about it. So it's a good 1611, a good Bible, right? This one, we already went over that one. The New English Version. To be honest, family, I yet have read out of this one. This is the only one I haven't read out of, but this is one that I like specifically for the fact that it labels the chapters as well with the subjects. And I would suggest anybody that's knowing the truth to use these, because it'll let you know the context of the scripture, Salakia, before reading the scripture, right? Going into the Apocrypha, which we know the Apocrypha is in 1611, but I do have a separate edition. This is just like a good studying tool I use to help line things up within Apocrypha, and just to compare scriptures sometimes. Let me see here. Like here we got Salakia family. Like here we got the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it worded like that in the 1611. So I did research, and it comes to find out that some scholars literally consider the Apocrypha just the wisdom of Jesus alone. You know what I mean? And that's just, you're not saying that's fact, you know, a slack, you know what I mean? But it's just an interesting thing to know, you know what I mean? Pursuing to debating and things like that, right? So that's pretty much it, family. These are all my studying tools, physically. I hope you can take some things and learn from this. Shalom.